Hello, and welcome to Uncle Bruce's Story Time. Yesterday was Memorial Day here in the US, and so those that had it off had a 3-day weekend. Did you have a 3-day weekend? Did you have lots of fun? Did you go someplace? It's always fun to travel. This week we have a very special book. I was contacted by an author, and she asked me if I would read her book. And I took a look at it and I thought it was very cute and a nice story. And it rhymes, which I really like. So I thought I would read that for you this week. Here it is. It's called The Legend of Dust Bunnies, a Fairy Tale by Michelle R. Eastman. And it's very cute. And I hope you enjoy this one. I will talk more about it after I read it, okay? So let's get started. I'm Uncle Bruce, and it's story time. The Legend of Dust Bunnies, a Fairy Tale by Michelle R. Eastman. The legend of dust bunnies began long ago, in a house just like this one, and here's how it goes. First, you must know what happens each night. Asleep in our beds, we don't see the sight. Fairies spread dust to the left and to the right. The fairies proceed at an uncanny pace and dirty our homes with precision and grace. The naughtiest nymphs, along with their kin, hold crumb-spitting contests to see who will win. With soot-loaded slingshots pulled tight to their chests, the husky young fairies make a terrible mess. The daintiest ones softly land on the drapes, leaving behind fancy spiderweb capes. Dust fairies are cheerful, devoted, and bright. Each has a gift that feels wonderfully right. There was one exception to this happy group, and his sad little soul was beginning to droop. While the others were dancing and twirling about, one fairy boy sat alone with a pout. Artie sat quietly, his head in the clouds, wondering how he fit in with this crowd. Flitting around in the dark was no thrill, but Artie possessed a much different skill. Instead of spending his nights with the crew, Artie had something more pressing to do. No one knew why, and he didn't say, but night after night he went on his way. He snatched lint from carpets and fur left by pets. Stray hair caught on brushes is what he liked best. His fellow dust fairies didn't much care for Artie's collection of tidbits and hair. He gathered his treasures and hid them from view in corners and shadows so nobody knew. Scrounging and hoarding brought Artie great joy, but deep down inside he was a sad fairy boy. He needed a pal to cuddle and hold. A soft little buddy would lighten the load. So on a cold night, feeling lost and alone, Artie created a friend of his own. He started with lint and a tangle of hair, and tucked whispers of fuzz here and there. When he was finished, his heart swelled with pride, at last a companion to stay by his side. The dust bunny was perfect from toes up to ears. Its heavenly face brought Artie to tears. Word spread quickly about Artie's new chum, and soon all the dust fairies begged to have one. Artie obliged each and every request. He worked and he toiled, and he gave it his best. To this very day, all fairies have one, a lovely dust bunny to join in their fun. Dust bunnies are crafted from lint, fuzz, and hair. If you happen to find one, treat it with care. The fairy who lost it will be worried sick and rush back to claim it, lickety-split. So, the next time your mother asks you to clean, tell her the legend. Explain what it means. A neat, tidy room may be the strict rule, but removing the dust bunnies is simply quite cruel. The end. Did you like that one? Now you know where dust bunnies come from. Very cute story. I like the rhyming for sure, just like I like Dr. Seuss. So Michelle started her career as a teacher, which I think is very interesting because I like to teach myself. And this is, I believe, her first book, so she's a new author, and so I was happy to read that one, so I hope you enjoyed it. So not only is there a link down below to the book on Amazon this week, but I'm also putting a link to her website if you'd like to learn more about Michelle and how she got started and all of that. I do recommend you check it out, all right? There's also, of course, links down there to follow me on the various things. And if you haven't followed me, please do and give the thumbs up. That's always appreciated because I could use more followers to get out there into the rest of the world. And if you're an author yourself and have written children's books, feel free to contact me and I will consider reading them. I do like learning about new books and the history of how people got started and all that. So do get in touch if you'd like. And I'll see if I can read them, okay? So that's going to be it for this week. As always, read more books and be good to each other.